Got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff in my shed which I need homes for. So that part of the hedge has got to go. Oh, look at that view. So we're going to put a shipping container there. Yeah, g'day guys, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you can hear me over the rain. It's pouring rain outside. But in this video we're going to be continuing on with the container storage in the way of the two that were just delivered. I've got to clean them, paint them, move them, fix the floors in both of them, put some windows in the back where those big cutouts are, and there's a bunch of other stuff. The whole purpose of today's video, I want to get them to lock up stage, so there's a fair bit to it, and there's a crane involved, so there's going to be lots of other stuff going on. Anyway, let's get right into it. Hopefully I can get it all done and I don't need a part 3. Who am I kidding? There's going to be a part 3. Anyway, let's get right into it. Here we go. So these are the two containers I've purchased. They were bit cheap, should I say. They were pretty cheap. There's a few reasons for them. One doesn't have a door. Why, I don't know. Missing a door. This one has got two good doors, but it's got the latches that aren't, they've cut them off for some reason, some silly duffer. But they've got issues. This one's got a few of the boards in the floor that are stuffed, and it's all full of crud, but they're airtight, so there's no issues. Well, when I mean airtight, there's a couple of little holes that I've got to repair. And yeah, there's a hole in the back. Anyway, so that's this one with a couple of holes in the floor. The other one has similar issues. The floor isn't busted, it's got bits of concrete in it. It must have come from like a concrete batching plant or something. But we've got the cutouts for the windows, so I can weld them back in or make a window out of them. I'm not sure yet. Be nice to have ventilation. But anyway, I've got to paint two sides of it. The sides that are facing outwards, because they're butting up together in the middle. So I will hose them down. I've got the fire trailer down here on site, and I can it's the other side. Yeah, the other side on that one needs painting, and this side on this one needs painting. And I'm going to hose them out while I'm here. So I'll hose all the muck out, all the silt and dust and crap, and then I can see what I'm working with and go from there. Anyway, let's get into that. So there we go, nice and shiny. Well, cleaner anyway. I think I'll still try and get this concrete out. Not today, but instead of, like, what were they thinking? Instead of putting new boards in, let's just fill it with concrete. Anyway, I've got a jackhammer, so the audio is not awesome while I'm standing in here, so I will just hose the outside of these two and the inside of the other one, and we'll be away. Anyway, I'll come back to you when I'm done. All hosed out, and you can see the real damage on this one in the floor. I think they must have been driving a small machine in here, you know, like a little forklift or a loader or something, because it's wrecked a few spots. Like there's a few bits just here, and this is the worst of it, just here. But the other one isn't as bad. It's just got all this concrete and it's not real level, like it's pretty rugged. So I either fill it in so it's nice and flat, or chip it out and put ply there like the rest of it. I've got plenty of sheets of ply, so that's not an issue. It's more about trying to get a good floor to work on, because you know, you set up shelves and everything, and you try and, my little tractor, I'll be driving inside here to put stuff in, so that's a problem for future Jim when he gets it into place. Anyway, now I've just got to do some painting. So I've got to paint this side and the back of this side. So let's get into that, eh? Here we go. Okay, so the beam's out of the way, all cut off, and I've notched this one. So I've notched that one just there, mainly because of the height of the container is just under there. So these two are going to miss it, and it doesn't quite come out this far. Like, it doesn't come out this far. I use that just as a stop me dropping it. Anyway, so there's, see that little L shape there, that little backwards L? Well, it's where the end of the container is going to be. So I've got just under a metre of a doorway if I want to put a door there. So This here, the one with the, it's a bit hard to see, that one there, that's where the center of the two containers are going to be. So the clearance here is going to be good, but I might just wind up this acro prop, if that's what you call it, support leg thing. So I'll just wind that up a little bit to give us a bit more than the 2900. So I've wound it up a good 30 mil, that's where it was. And let's go and have a quick look up the ladder and make sure we got plenty of height. So there we go. So there we go, that's what we needed. Just over an inch above the actual container. Oh, look at the mango trees. Yeah. Anyway, so once I've done these few things, I can get the crane guy to come and give us a hand, and I'll let him do all the lifting, you know, and get him to put them all into place. And then the fun begins of repairing them. Anyway, let's get into that, eh? Here we go. Don't worry about the paint, guys, that's alright. Yeah. What these guys are effectively doing is two crane lift to get them into the property because they were next door, and then they're hooking up to do the single crane, which is actually a 25 tonner where the other one's only a 20, which is actually the same crane that they used for the first lift that we did in the previous video. So anyway, they're slinging up now for this the last lift, and they're going to put it in over the top of that one, which is going to be awesome when it's all in place. Anyway, we'll get into it. Okay, containers are all in place. Hopefully you can hear me with the echo. Now all I've got to do to secure this end is weld those on. Drill the holes into the concrete and then put those anchors in. Those huge big 16mm anchors, and then we're away. So, oh, that's better. No more echo. Yeah, so I've just got to drill these 3 lots of base plates once I weld them on, and then we're laughing. So I'll just weld them on and we'll be right. So let's get into that. They've all got some serious tacks on them. Now all I've got to do is get the old drill out and make some holes into the concrete before we get too far. We don't want it slipping down the hill or anything, do we? Anyway, I'll get into that. I've got the depth set on the hammer drill. So we're up to that yellow line. The yellow tape is where the depth is going to be. So it'll fit in perfectly. Got my anchors. All I've got to do now is drill. Crap, I think I need a bigger hammer. Okay, bigger hammer time. Gotta catch me breath. Those 2 went in alright. These couple, the far 2, they were, I think I ran into a bit of steel in the concrete, so they were a bit tough, and I still haven't quite got that one in. Bigger hammer. And the other 2. Some people go to a gymnasium to get fit. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a bit of lunch, and then I'll come back and do some more welding and tighten them up. Whew. Now I just got to do some gussets. Easy, yeah. Okay, I'm down here building these supports. I've done one already off camera, and that was just before it rained, because we've had a mountain load of rain. There's a big pile of... That's a noisy bird. We've had a big pile of rain. So this is sort of the plan. You put a gusset inside there, support, it's a bit hard to see, there's angle line under there, and she's all vertical up and, you know, all that fancy sort of welding and stuff. Anyway, and also there's a couple of welds up there to connect it all with. So now I've got the big one. Don't quite know how I'm doing it yet. Probably similar to this one, where I'm just going to use a couple of bits of angle or something and connect it in the middle there. But and I've also got the other far one way over there for the far leg. So anyway, far leg. I wonder if that should be a name of a racehorse. Far leg. Anyway, so I got the welding rig out here again. Now the rain stopped. It's undercover a bit, and I can try and get that up there. I might put it on a chain block or something, or a winch, and get it up into place. but I might do the outside one first and then do the hardest one last. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get into that. Hopefully we don't have any more rain today and we should be right. Done. So that's sort of how I want it. Kinda. I just got to put a little bit of plate up there to accommodate the connecting from the I-beam to the bottom of the shipping containers. And this end isn't so bad, that'll be fine. But I might do what I did like there, is put those plates in, and on the other side just there, just put a couple in. I'm not sure if I'll just do one each side or two each side. It'll be super tough, won't have any chance of twisting or anything. So the old ratchet strap down the old back there. Yeah, that was an effort. Anyway, I'll cut a couple of plates for up here and grind a bit of the gunge off the bottom of the containers, and then I'll put it all back. Well, I'll take it down, down out of the way, and then I'll grind up everything up there and I'll cut some steel and we should be right. That sounds about right, doesn't it? Yeah. So I'll go with that. Anyway, a bit more welding. Let's get into it. Well, it's tack welded. We're in. It's huge gusset. Like, it's much more substantial than these ones. Like these, this is 3x3 by a quarter wall, like 6mm wall. So, and that one's just a huge chunk of I-beam, which is same as this material. Anyway, I will burn all that in. I've got a good hour or so of welding to go, and you can sort of see how I've connected it up there, because one of the containers is lower than the other by about 5mm. So I've just used a big chunk of 5mm plate and joined them both, or I will join them both, and there'll be 100% weld all the way around and good penetration. So, and then I'll just put these crossbars in here, I think. So there's a bit of welding ahead of me. I can undo that strap now. It'll all be fine. If I don't finish it now, I'll finish it in the morning, and then we're done, and then we can do something else. A little bit more dirt to go, but not today. Okay, so we have to remove or replace, repair. Anyway, we've got to get rid of this old ply. Now it's like 25mm thick and it's rotten. They must have driven a machine over it. Excuse the echo because we're in a big empty container. So I've tried, using a circular saw, a few cuts across, you know, without hitting this center bar here. I used a crowbar and a few other little pry bars, and man, it's tough, like really tough material. So I've kind of resorted to the big guns. Let's see what damage I can do without damaging anything else. Anyway, so I'll start trying to rip. I may have to do a couple of cuts with the saw in between the cross members. So I may have to do that first and then start into the real ripping action. Let's do that. Well, it's out. It's a bit of a mess. Path of destruction. It's all out. All the bolts are ripped off. I mean, removed. The hold down bolts, I've just got to straighten a bit of flat bar just here, because it's just actually sitting there, would you believe? For some reason it's not connected to anything. It's just sitting on top. Anyway, there's, do you remember when, before I put the shipping containers here, about these two drain pipes? Well, I've got a solution for that, because I don't really want the water to run down there onto my nice new pad down the bottom. So the fix for it is I've got this pipe, and it's, I think it's a 200 mil diameter pipe or a 150, I don't know, it's big. Anyway, I got this big pipe and I've cut a couple of holes in it, and then I've capped the end just with a piece of wood and sealed it with some Sikaflex around it. So it won't really be going anywhere as such. So it should just slip over the end, and I'll be able to affix it to one or two of these or both of these cross members. So it'll be so much easier to do it now while the floor is out. I probably should have sort of done it beforehand, but anyway, it didn't happen. So it'll go from here, it'll connect onto here, go directly across underneath the other container and then out the side. And then it'll all be sorted. So it's finally in there. Who'd have thought that 100 mil pipe isn't 100? Anyway, so I had to take out the hole a little bit, the holes, and put a little slit in it so I could squitch it together. Got them in there. Jammed a star picket in there. Like it can go right back against that cross member, so it'll be fine, it won't come out. And there we go, it's from under there all the way to here where there's a join, a slip joint, and it just goes out to there, and I've got a ratchet strap in the tree, in the mango tree. It's got a fall on it, so it'll just go way down over there instead of down on my nice neat pad. Anyway, let's get into something else. Let's finish this floor. Okay, I've got most of the floor done. I've just ripped it out with the digger and the saw, and yeah, excuse the echo because that's sort of what happens in shipping containers, all bar this piece. Now I did this little bit here because it was rotten, and the rest of it is okay, but the height difference I think is going to be painful. So I'm in two minds on whether I change, like cut that piece out as well and just put this material in, because this is 20mm form ply, and this I think is about 28mm, like a marine ply type thing for standard shipping containers. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I should just rip this out, because if I'm putting like trolleys with motors or gearboxes or, you know, heavy stuff, and I'm rolling along the floor and then it'll go bop, yeah, I think that'll be painful. So leave a comment below on whether you think it's good or a bad thing to do, to leave it in there or not, but I'm thinking that I'm just going to cut it out. Although it's a good piece, I can't get the screws out, so I've got to cut it up and it's going to be destroyed. So that's, yeah, I think I might just rip it out. Let us know your thoughts anyway, like whether I should have left it there or whichever, but the only lip that's going to be is up here. And it's only like a 5mm lip to this piece, and that's only like 3 meters long, 10 foot, so it'll be the same all the way across. And at the moment I've got this lip here, so if I'm trying to push something with casters on it, that'd be painful, I think. So we're nearly there. I've got plenty of other bits left over, so it's not shortage of form ply. I'm just glad I got a big bunch of it, and then I've got to fix these couple of holes, but that's after. So I think I'll rip that out. Yeah. There we go. Floor's all done. Two short bits in there, and we're all done. Just got a few little corners to fill up with a bit of sicca, and most of the joins are pretty good. I actually surprised myself. I must be able to read a tape measure. Anyway, so all of this is it's only a couple of mils sort of lip all the way along, nice and even, and it'll be easy to wheel stuff to the end if need be. But I'm really happy with that now. And all I've got to do is screw most of it down. I've got some of it screwed down where I could. Where are we? There's a couple of screws there that I've done. I started with the first couple of sheets, and then I just got a bit tired and thought, oh, I need to get this floor in. So the floor's in, and I've got a whole box of screws, and I've got knee pads, and I've got a screw gun. So I'll get into that, and then we can work on something else. So I've got some windows. Now I need to make some frames for them. There's one. Here's the other one that's about to be done. And then I weld them in. There's got to be a better way. Let me think about this. Okay, I've marked down the side. Hopefully you can see that if the sun doesn't get in the way. So I've marked all around, and just across the top I've just checked it, and I've put it across the proud ribs, if that's the right word. So now I can take this frame down, like it's 50 by 50 RHS, and the indifference, like from the ribs, is only 40 mil, so this will sit across both, if you know what I mean. And this frame, the steel frame I made, the window frame fits. So this window frame that I got, it's 1405 or something, and 18 something wide. So I've made it so it fits inside this flange. So that's the height that I've made it, and this flange will go against that once I've cut it out and welded it in there. Anyway, I've got to do another one in the other container, so this is practice, I guess. So now that I've worked it out with the ratchet straps, that'll make it a lot easier. All I've done is just welded those little lugs on the side to hold it up there, and a couple of clamps to put it into place. And I've sort of got it where it needs to be. I've measured it from the top so it's square, and measured it from the side so it's in the center, central, and that's going to be a nice big window. Yeah, let lots of light in, but probably heat too. But anyway, lots of light and breeze when I open it up, because at the moment it's like 40 degrees inside here. It's an oven. Now that's a window. Hope it fits. See if the camera will adjust. Hopefully. Come on. There we go. Nice view out here. I guess I better try and put this frame into place. Whew. Nice view from the top. There we go, the window frame itself is done, and I've whacked a little bit of paint around it, a bit of green, a bit hard to see, which is the same colour as the outside, and it looks nice. All I've got to do now is clean up this window. It was given to me along with a couple of others, so I'll give it a bit of a clean up off camera, and then we can install it and put a bit of sealant on there. So let's get into that. We're in. So we're all sealed and the floor's all cleaned up. I've just got the few tools left over on this side because the other container is yet to be finished, and I needed somewhere to lock all the tools up, and this only has one door, so I'm ready to start loading some stuff. I've made a little makeshift ramp and it's not real heavy. It's out of treated pine, so hopefully it survives. It's the right width for my little tractor with the forks on it. So this one's all sealed up, or able to be sealed up with no trouble. So what I'll do now is move these couple of pallets of ply and the leftover steel from the cutouts, which I won't be needing for the moment. Anyone got any ideas on what you can do with that kind of stuff? Leave us a comment, would you? Like, I don't want to scrap it, I don't want to waste it. I just thought there's got to be something I can use it for. Maybe a bridge or something. Anyway, like a small bridge across a creek. That's probably a thought. Anyway, leave us a comment if you got any ideas on what to do with that stuff. There's 4 pieces there. I don't know why there's 4. I only cut 2 out, and there should have only been 1 for this one. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's get these pallets out of the way, and let's start loading a few motors and a couple of old quads and clear up my shed a bit. That'd be nice. Let's get into that. Do you remember that mark in the first video? Well, we're back down to that. Now I just got to see where I'm going to weld it. Let's have a look. So that one's just a bit crooked. Besides that, it's sitting on top. I could weld that. And the other 2, that one only needs a little bit of something, and the other one needs a heap. So I'll just get a ruler and work out what the gaps are in those 2, and then I can get rid of this acro prop. That one I think I can just weld straight on. It'll be right, I'll just weld that one straight in. Okay, I've been chipping away at this concrete, and I've ripped up the ply that was on this side, part of it, and it's below the floor level where the timber's got to sit here, so not worry about that. So those few there that are below the floor level, I'm not even going to worry about. I've got these couple, I've got a few more to go, I've got most of them up there, except those couple. Man, they are difficult. Like, I've been chipping away, hopefully they'll just fall out, because it's inside C-channel on that side and just a flat side on that side. So if you chip away on this side and hit this with a crowbar, most of them have just been falling out, as you can see on the ground there, 10 foot below. Anyway, so I've got quite a few more to go, like I think there's 10, 11 more of these to go. And I think these ones, they must have been a harder concrete, like a 40 MPa instead of a 20. Good of them, you know, just use what you got. But it's been killing me back because I've only got a short jackhammer, but it's working. Anyway, I'm gonna shift my focus to the rear window. So I won't show you going through that whole process because I've only just finished the last one. I'll just do that one off camera, and then I'll come back to some more chipping, and then I've got some already pre-cut boards to go straight in, so that'll be relatively quick. And then I'm going to put this door in. Hang on, let me back up. See this sort of, it's a frame door, a glass door. And because, you know, this one only has one door there and a big gap here, so I'll close that one, and then I might just timber frame it up because this has got a timber surround on it, and have it so it's just a doorway in here, because this will be just full of, you know, like pallet racking and stuff like that. I'm not putting any machines or motors, well, you never know. Anyway, at the moment it's not going to have extra heavy stuff in here, so if I need something big and it doesn't fit through this doorway, which is about a 950 door, it's actually pretty big. If it doesn't, I can open the other one and it'll fit through that. It's over nearly 1200 wide. So anyways, enough rambling. I will quickly get into that window. When I mean quickly, it'll be like a whole day. And then I'll come back to some chipping of this, and we'll get some floors down and whammo, then we can get on to something else. So the window's all good from last night. No rain came in, we had a big storm, another one. Still haven't done any more on the floor, although this side here is majority of it, all bar those couple little bits up there. So this side I could probably put the boards in. That'd make it a bit easier to walk around. Anyway, so what I'm planning on doing, I got a few doors that were given to me. I've got 2 of these doors, I only need 1 of them for the opening. And mainly just to keep rodents and carpet snakes, and I'm planning to put some steel frames in there to support my firewood for the winter for our fireplace. So, and I've got these frames. See these steel, the blue steel frames? Well, they carry all our firewood for the winter. Like we do a couple of sets of those. Like I think we've got 5, 6 of them. I've got another one hidden away in here somewhere. So I was going to stack those inside and put them against this wall, like all the way up to there somewhere. And I can then go right to the ceiling with it. So mice and rats and carpet snakes tend to really love sitting in firewood. So if I keep this sealed, I won't have any of that issue, and the rest of it can just be all that pallet racking shelving for all the storage stuff that I need to get out of my shed. Anyway, so I'm going to put this door in, and to surround it I've got this steel frame here which actually come out of the cabin build. So I'm planning to use this here. It's only the same material as I used for the window frame, the back window frames. Anyway, so I'll just take a bunch of measurements and work out what the difference is, how much I need to make up the difference, and just make it up and bolt it all in. Then I'll have an extra door. The downside is it swings the wrong way, like it'll be hinged on this side and it swings inward like that. I don't sort of have any other options other than put it on that side, but then I need something for here. So anyway, you just can't win. And the other door I got, it's identical, so you'd think one would be a left and one would be a right. No, this one swings to the right. Anyway, I can work around it. It should swing right around back against the firewood, so that won't be too much of a problem. I'll just start doing that and cut into it. And I'll show you when I've sort of got some progress on it. So it's the next morning and still an echo, but the paint's dry. Well, pretty well dry. Not excited with the results, but it's okay. Plenty of runs. And I've just gone and washed and cleaned this door and the door frame, so it should be right to put up. Now what I've also done yesterday afternoon before it got dark was I got rid of a few more of these gaps, blocks, if that's what you want to call them. Getting a big stack down there on the ground. Anyway, so this whole side is clear to put some boards down, and I'll do that in a minute. And I've only got, what, 5 more of these to go. Man, it's hard. Anyway, I'll just keep going. Those little bits over there don't matter. They're below the height where the board's got to go, and same with all these ones, because if you remember that there was a piece of ply still there, and they must have poured the concrete in from this side and it went in underneath. And anyway, it's all lower, so it won't matter, and it's not going to fall on anyone's head, especially mine. So there's a couple of bolts I've got to try and cut off, which won't be hard. That's what grinders are for. So the main thing is get rid of these last 5 blocks and then give it a dust out, like get the air gun and blow all the dust and crowd out. So once I put this door in and this floor down, I can just close this one and it's sealed up. Oh, other than the little bit at the top and the bit down the side. Now I've got a plan for that. Okay, so the little strip down the side here and the bit across the top, I have a piece of Coro that is the same, it's actually colour bond, it's the same colour as the pale eucalyptus, I think it's called, got an old Australian name. Anyway, that can certainly go across there, no trouble. I could probably do a little strip, cut it down, maybe I'll have enough. Anyway, but I'm not going to put anything here for the minute, because when I actually do the garage roll door, which won't be in this video, when I do the roll door, that's sort of where the frame is going to be for the edge of the roll door. Same with over here. I've got all this crud to move yet, so the roll door's going there. So when I put the roll door in, it'll be flush with the shed, if you know what I mean, and it'll join up. On your kookaburras. Give me a break. There we go. Anyway, so the wall frame is going to be there. So this whole thing you'll see from the outside with the roller down, and that one will be inside, if you know what I mean. It'll be sort of semi-closed in where I can store stuff and no one will bother me. Anyway, enough ramblings. Let's chuck this door frame up and I can do a bit more jackhammering and then I'll get these boards in. Anyway, we're on the last little stint. Let's get into it. Concrete is all gone. Now I can put some boards in. Woo. Man, this is hard work. Hey, can you just push that like button for me? It's down, I'm not sure whether it's across here or it's down there somewhere. Just push that like button, really appreciate it. Thanks guys. All this effort hasn't gone in vain. Done. So the floor's all in and done and fairly level. The bonus of the door is it folds back onto itself, which was surprising. I was really happy with that. You gotta love that kind of work. Anyway, so I put a bit of form ply up there and down the side, like how I was talking about putting that iron there before. It kind of disguises it a little bit, and it's kind of a temporary, permanent sort of installation, because the wall's going to go here for the little return wall. I'm going to put a little return wall here for when I put the roller door in. I got a big roller door over in the hedge, so I will be doing that in the next video. So there we go, job's all done, windows in, doors are in, floor's done, lifted into place, painted. Sort of looks pretty tidy, doesn't it? Anyway, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I don't normally do shipping container type stuff, but it's storage. I need storage, so I can actually do real projects that I want to do, not what I have to do, if that makes sense. We all got to make sacrifices, so that's what I've sort of nearly been doing for 6 months, planning and building this storage facility. It's not finished yet. There will be another video. I do need to put the roller on in the front there, and this other container over here needs to have some legs under the back, which I will. At the moment it's just concrete blocks. So guys, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, and we will catch you on the next one. See ya.